C-Smash VRS is a game which is a remake of a classic Sega flat screen game that I'm calling classic, but I've never played. The game is older than me, and before my time is when I started playing games. The Halo trilogy was about to finish its conclusion. But when I jumped into C-Smash VRS to check out the new update and to actually check out the game for the first time, I was brought back to a game that I had played. Way back when the original PSVR launched, there was a game that came bundled with it called PlayStation VR Worlds, and I'm sure if you played the original PSVR, chances are you've played one of the experiences wrapped inside this game. You might think of the shark diving experience or the street skating experience, but for me, one of my favourites was the Pong-like mode where you control a paddle with your head and you hit a ball towards an opponent that tries to bounce it back at you, just like the classic ping pong games of old. Now C-Smash VRS takes that and makes it an entire game. Of course it already existed before, but this VR version plays exactly like that experience back on PlayStation VR Worlds.
I feel like I'm in Tron right now. That tells me what music's on. Oh, those haptics feel cool.
It's the same physicality, except instead of using your head, you use your hands. You get a full body workout with this one and you really feel it.
Okay, that's good. I know I'm gonna go to move in real life and I'm gonna destroy my PC monitor. I just know I am.
And overall, it's an incredible game that I slept on for 6 months while this headset sat there out in the wild.
Oh, that was so close to not being bad. Go on. Yes!
And to be honest, I feel kind of silly that I slept on it all this time, because C-Smash VRS is a polished experience that's really fun, and also a great workout.
How have I done that? Well, seems to have worked. Okay.
It's split into several modes, and immediately you're thrown into a menu that reminds me of the old Nintendo Wii menus in how clean they are and their presentation. Everything's in a slick 90Hz non-reprojected, which is great, and you can select Journey mode, which takes you through a bunch of levels in an orbiting path that you can choose. They're all presented very nicely. Everything's space-themed in this game, and its art style really leans into this, with everything being clean and Tron-like.
Lounge. This is very like Wii, isn't it? You know, like Wii... Like that menu on the Wii.
But yeah, you pick your path of what levels you want to do, which increase in difficulty as you go to the outer rings of the levels. Or you can jump into PvP, which I had a go at, and take on a load of stress as you're whacking a ball against another real human being who can see your movements and you can see theirs, which is always something I appreciate in any good online VR game, is the body tracking, translating, and actually being presented in the other player. That's kind of the standard for VR multiplayer, and I'm glad it's here too. They could have easily just placed down another square to represent where the player's racket is, but instead, you see their full body over there, you can wave at them, it's a cute little experience, and then you battle to the death by throwing a ball at each other with a racket.
Let's do it. That's another person over there. He's waving at me. I don't know what I'm playing. Oh my god. Whatever it is, he's better than me, clearly.
And while there are some things in the massive new update that they've added that I haven't been able to experience, like the 36 new levels, or the multi-ball game mode where they throw several balls at you to hit, or the portal game mode where the ball enters one block and comes out of another, I have been able to experience a fair bit of it, including the new Infinity mode, which essentially acts as an assault of blocks on your senses as they come towards you and try and smash the blocks behind you. You've got to hit the ball and stop them from reaching you, which is a terrifying experience.
Oh my god, how have I missed this one? How have I missed this one? How have I done that? And this dude. Oh no. Okay, I've got 3 left. That's doable. It goes all like chromatic aberration when you mess up. That's cool. I did not hit that. I'm very lucky that I didn't. Oh no. Oh, I killed myself.
Who knew such a minimalist art style game could oppress you this much with how much stuff it throws at you, but in a good way. It feels like an old retro game, which is what it's adapting and trying to be, but on PSVR2, and I think it nails it on that, especially with the music, the sound design, the presentation, visually. Everything takes you way back when and immerses you in a world that you'd imagine to exist in video games when the original Tron came out and other films like that. While I love all the game modes that I've tried so far, multiplayer was definitely the most fun. You can do the Infinity mode in co-op too, and I always love a good co-op option. I think VR is actually best in co-op. So getting a friend on here and trying to survive would probably be a lot of fun, even though all you'd hear down the mic is just panting, because the game is exhausting. But it does keep your attention though. Everything is quick and exhilarating, and I think one of the worst things in VR, especially on PS5 and PSVR2, is that when the gold standard is quick loading screens, when you have long loading screens, your attention span drops instantaneously. And especially if you're standing up and waiting for the next stage to load, you can get quite bored in VR. Luckily, C-Smash VRS keeps up with its exhilarating pace by having loading screens essentially be non-existent. It probably helps that the game looks the way it does, because if you want to jump into a solo or infinity mode or some multiplayer, you click on that button and it instantly loads you into that level. There's a nice Half-Life 1-esque tram sequence that takes you to the level if you want to have that little experience, but if you don't want to, you can just hold X and it instantly transports you to the level. There's no loading screen, it is instant.
Whoa. It's like the opening of Half-Life. And now I feel scared. Look at this dude. He's raving.
It makes jumping from one match or mode to the next a very quick and easy experience, and that's a big thumbs up from me. For a game like this, it's integral to have that seamless experience jumping between modes, and they nail it.
Bloody hell.
But yeah, between Swordsman VR, Beat Saber, Synth Riders, and now C-Smash VRS, I think I've got my fair share of games to keep me fit if I do play them. Unfortunately, these games make me exhausted very quickly, but it probably is good for me in the long run, so thumbs up there as well. For a man who's allergic to exercise, C-Smash VRS makes it more than bearable. All I needed was a toaster strapped to my head that's displaying pretty images with some cool music and sound design, and apparently, exercise becomes fun.
My arch nemesis. A square. I can't beat him. Alright, I can beat him. Oh no, he's sad. Oh my god. I beat the hard difficulty boss. Oh.
Anyway, I think I've kind of run out of things to say about C-Smash. The new update is great, but it's the first time I've experienced the game, so I have nothing to compare it to. But if you own the game, I'd implore you to come and try the update, and if this looks fun to you and you want a game like this that'll keep you pretty fit and you can play online, the loading times weren't bad either to matchmake. It took about 30 seconds to find another player to fight against, so the player base seems to be there. And if you have a friend who has PSVR2, you can both play and play with or against each other. But the gameplay loop is simple, and there's really not that much to say about it, so I hope you did enjoy the video. C-Smash VRS is a big thumbs up from me. It looks great, it plays great, and it's exhausting. Anyways, thank you all for watching. I hope you did enjoy, and I hope to see you all in the next video.
This is incredibly tiring, but quite satisfying and fun. Oh wait, I can emote?